These are carpeting plants that I propagated by myself. You can see how healthy and nice looking they are. Unfortunately, carpeting plants are the most expensive in the hobby. But you can stop buying plants and start propagating them for free if you follow a few steps. Let's start with the materials. This is a seedlings tray, the best container for plant propagation. 2 in vitro cups will be enough to fill up this tray. I use tray like this for moss propagation as well. With their special lid, they provide the perfect humidity for the plants. But you can use any kind of containers. The first time when I tried this method, I just used some cheap plastic food trays. But this time around I will need a huge amount of carpeting plants, so I will go for the special tray. The lava rock crumbs will prevent the substrate to get clogged, will help the plants to catch hold on something, get them heavier, and will help out with future planting. Carpeting plants are such a pain in the ass to plant, so this trick will help you a little. This is not a mandatory layer. You can use fine gravel instead, or you can jump straight to the next layer. It's an old and used aqua soil. You don't need the fresh one. It's so good to recycle because this is an expensive hobby. Adding soil powder will make the rooting process much easier. It usually takes up to 3 weeks, and then another 3 weeks for the plants to spread out and cover the full tray. So speeding it up, it's a good idea. I pre-washed the gel from in vitro cup, and here comes the pro tip for you. You can double the plant's amount right from the start. And you can apply this method even if you plant straight into your aquascape. It's easy to plant them, you just need to lay them on the soil. They obviously won't float or be pulled out by fish. The more you spread out the initial plants and the tinier the plant parts you make, the more coverage you will get on the tray. If you make tiny portions of plants when you plant into your aquarium, the carpet will grow much faster. Let's prepare the second pot. As you notice, I use the bottom part of the plant as well, and it will grow healthy plants out of that tissue. I don't want to bore you with the planting process. It's by far the easiest planting I have ever done. You just lay it down on the substrate, nothing fancy about. The good thing is that 2 in vitro cups were enough to cover this huge tray, and whatever is left I will use for this older tray because it is incomplete. I used some of the plants from it in the past. You need one of these to spray some water from time to time, because the next important thing is the humidity control. I use this big one because after the initial planting you really need to pour a lot of water on them, so the plants and the soil will be visible covered in water. But don't overdo it either, because mold will form and destroy your plants. To keep the moisture inside, use this lid and make sure these 2 windows are open so the fresh air and CO2 will come inside. This will provide ventilation and will avoid the mold from forming. Or you can add these tiny friends. They are called springtails. Will help you out by eating mold and preventing it from spreading. For this method you need a light source. This one is enough for 2 trays. Or you can place it near the tank and the light should be enough. In the summertime you can leave it by the window, not in direct sunlight, but the light is there anyway, and at least it's free. Keeping your trays near the aquarium doesn't add any cost either, but since I have this moss farm anyway, I will use a proper lighting. I need to open them from time to time, spray some water so they don't dry out, And hopefully I will have plenty of carpeting plants just in time for my next project. Right now it doesn't look great, but let's do a time travel. This is how the experiment went last time. Look what an amazing growth. That time with a single in vitro cup I managed to cover 4 food trays after only 5 weeks. And the results speak for itself. You will never have such a nice root system with in vitro plants. Okay friends, now put these to good use. Go ahead and propagate your own amazing carpeting plants, but before that, reward me with a like and subscribe to my channel. I also talked about the moss propagation, so I have another video for you, because it's a little different method.